I don't need to like watch penetrative sex in order to be horned up. In fact, I am more horny when you give me a little taste and then take it all away and you make me want for it so badly. That is hornier to me. I left that theater like I need to go home and look up things. I need to get access to Google right now. They left me wanting. And that is a beautiful thing, to want, to long, to yearn, okay? That is horny to me. Thank you.
Dude, where are you? Pick up your phone. I'm going to a summer party tonight, and you're obviously invited, so call me back. Okay, I love you. Bye.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Emotionally Online, the weekly slumber party for spilling guts and sharing secrets, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Maddie Drosbeck, co-hosted by the sweetest girl there ever was, Miss Mango the Gooey Girl, and we are here ready to celebrate the end of Season 3, Episode 99, our third calendar year here at Emotionally Online Enterprises. What a monumental day it is, and perhaps the biggest deal of them all is today is the first ever inaugural Lover Girls Awards, baby. The end of year award show for all of the things that really matter. By the people, for the people, determined by the romantics and lovers of the world, because as everyone knows, we do have the best taste. Say it with me. Romantics have the best taste. We make everything more beautiful and precious and sweet and wonderful and gorgeous. Okay. So yeah, we do need to do a little award show where we are the nominees, the judges, the voters, the everything. Okay. Huge day happening here. I'm feeling a little sad because I just went and dropped off my foster kittens. My first two boys here at the Mad Mango Foster Home for Sweethearts and Lover Girls, Poseidon and Athens. Just dropped them off this afternoon because I leave to go home tomorrow. So they are going to a different foster, and these moments are always like so sad. Like, yes, they're bittersweet, and I honestly just can't think about it too deeply or I will actually cry. But I know they're going off to another wonderful foster that's going to love them just as much as I did. And hopefully they're going to be adopted very soon. I'm in the process of writing their adoption bios. We did like a whole photo shoot this morning before they left. So that way they have beautiful little pictures to go on their adoption profiles. And I'll make the little write-up for them so that somebody out there can read my words and maybe feel like, I think this is my kitten. I think this is my little buddy, because they were the cutest, sweetest, craziest kittens I've had yet. I have not had peace in my bathroom once over the last month. Athens specifically, every time I was in there, my legs were intruders to him. He was like, they need to be annihilated immediately. He would, no matter what time I was in there, what the vibe was, as quickly or whatever, he was all up in my feet. He was all up in my toes, trying to bite them. I was like, please, it's 2:30 in the morning. I just came in here to pee. Can I please for a second? Oh my God. And then I'd get him to get away from my toes, and he'd be, playing with the drawstring of my pants. Mango's all up in my business. Not comfortable, huh? Couldn't find a good spot. She's funny. She's always walking all over me trying to find the perfect position, and sometimes she gets it and other times she just can't, and then she gets frustrated and walks away. She wants me to sit in a very specific way, and it's hard for me to do when I'm holding the microphone. She wants me to hold her on the center of my chest the way we do when we watch movies together. The Mad Mango Cinema Club, of course. But can't do that when I'm holding the mic. I'm so sorry, Mango. I love you so much. This is your world. And, I'm just living in it. It's your apartment. I just pay the rent and, upkeep, everything. But to make it up for you, you are up for an award tonight. You are up for Lover of the Year. If you didn't know Mango, you can't see her, but she is sitting across the couch staring at me. Mango, it could be huge for you. Could be a huge day here in this household, and she doesn't even freaking know it yet. Now, we're just going to hop right into the awards here because this is what you really came for, people. This is the end of year analysis that we're just frothing at the mouth for. But before we get into the awards, going over everything that you guys voted for, I did want to ask a quick favor if you're open to it. No pressure, but this is very helpful for me. I made an end of year feedback box that just allows me to know a little bit more about what you've been loving from me this year, what you want to see more of, and then some questions as regards to building out a Patreon and doing community events in the new year. So if you would like to make your voice heard, if you have any recommendations for me, things you would like to request, or just to give me feedback, let me know what you've been loving, what you'd like to see more of. This is really helpful data for me. It's a quick little survey. You don't have to fill out the whole thing. Just fill out the boxes that you have something to say about. I'm going to go through and read all of it in a few weeks, and it'll just be super helpful for me. So if you're interested in leaving me some feedback about what you've been loving and what you want more of in the new year, the link for that is going to be in the description of this podcast episode. Me and Mango would greatly appreciate your feedback. Welcome to the 2024 Lover Girls Awards, hosted by yours truly, the one and only CEO of Lover Girls Worldwide, Miss Maddie fucking Drossbeck. Let's go. I am so excited to go through all of this because we all know that a pie chart makes my nipples hard, and that's just the truth. And I have been looking at this data as it's been coming in throughout the week. I've been, cheering my people on the same way I do when I'm on Instagram Reels and I get fed that like ADHD marble content where they're at a starting line and it's like, pick a color. And it's like, and they start racing down the track. And really, I vote for purple every single time. But purple does win a lot of the time. And that's just a vibe thing that I send through. Anyways, I have been following these votes as they've come in, cheering on my favorites as I see them, race to the top. There's some really close competitions here. There's some huge upsets, in my opinion. I'm going to give all of it to you, all of the juice, all of my opinions, what I voted for, what I nominated. We're laying it all out on the table here, category by category, and I just could not be more excited. As a reminder, the way that this worked was you guys first submitted your nominations. Then I went through the nominations box and I picked out the nominees that were the most frequently said. So there are some categories where there's 5 nominees. There are other categories where there's only 4 or maybe even 3 nominees. This was just because I wasn't going to put someone actually in the running if they only got 1 nomination. And there were some categories where people just had a more unanimous opinion right from the nominations. Then the voting was opened up and thousands of you guys poured in to make your voice heard. From categories such as horniest movie of the year to best place to cry to best song for yearning, we really have it all over here, folks. So without further ado, why don't we kick off our first category? Our first category of the first ever Lover Girls Awards. We're going to do something unprecedented and we're going to kick things off by talking about the winner of Best Picture. I know this may seem backwards, but really it's not, because Best Picture is not the most important category of the night here at the Lover Girls Awards. Really, this is one of the more basic categories. Best Picture. Let's talk about it. Our nominees for Best Picture were Challengers, Wicked, The Substance, Anora, and Dune 2. Of the 5 nominees, I have seen 4 of them because, as we know, I refuse to see Dune 2 unless it is nominated for an Oscar, in which case I will go see Dune 2, but I've never seen Dune 1, and it's just a whole fucking to-do. Been there, talked about it. Of the 4 that I have seen, I'm sure it's obvious which one I voted for. Though, these 4 movies, Challengers, Wicked, The Substance, and Anora, These were some of my highest rated movies of the year. Challengers was 5 stars. Substance was 5 stars. Anora was 5 stars. Wicked was 4.5 stars. These are all bangers. Really, I wouldn't be mad about any of them, but everyone knows that Challengers is my favorite movie of the year. So really, when it comes to what I want, what I would vote for, I'm always going for the horny bisexual of it all. And you know what? I was talking with my friends about this last week, debating on, some people say that Challengers wasn't horny enough. I disagree entirely with that stance. I believe that Challengers was the perfect level of horny because here's the thing. I don't need to watch penetrative sex in order to be horned up. In fact, I am more horny when you give me a little taste and then take it all away and you make me want for it so badly. That is hornier to me. I left that theater like I need to go home and look up things. I need to get access to Google right now. If they were penetrating each other in Challengers, I wouldn't have gone home eager to be like, okay, I've got things to do. Nobody can look at me right now. I have to be alone with Yahoo Answers. I needed privacy. And that is the beauty of it all. If they were just full on fuck festing in Challengers, I wouldn't have been as horny because I would have been there. I would have done it all in the theater. But instead, Challengers left me wanting. They left me wanting. And that is a beautiful thing to want, to long, to yearn, okay? That is horny to me. Thank you. That was my rant of the day. So anyways, without further ado, the winner for Best Picture 2024, according to the Lover Girls, is Challengers. Yeah, you fucking horny bitches. I knew it. How could it be anything else? But you know what? These results were not close. I mean, they were pretty close. They weren't super close. Challengers won with 36.6% of the vote. In second place, we've got Wicked with 25.5%. The Substance with 18.2%, Dune 2 with 11.5%, and Anora with 8.3%, which is funny because I feel like Anora is going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. So congratulations to Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist for really giving us something to yearn for in 2024. Next category, we've got Best Rom-Com. I was a little shocked by what ended up getting nominated for this category. The nominees for Best Rom-Com are We Live in Time, Anyone But You, Challengers, Lisa Frankenstein, and The Idea of You. This was a little shocking to me at first, mostly because I was shocked that so many people nominated Challengers for a rom-com. To me, I wouldn't have nominated Challenger. I didn't. My nominee for this category was We Live in Time. And this is also the category that I ended up voting for because I loved that movie. It's romantic, it's sad, it's sweet. Andrew Garfield is very sexy. I have never until this year been like, oh, wait a minute. That man is very in tune with his emotions and it's doing something to me. I was watching his interviews and he just was so free with his emotions and he's tearing up in interviews and I'm like, stay like this forever, Andrew Garfield. I want to, oh my God, let me just soak it all in. Beautiful, wonderful. I love seeing people so able to access that part of themselves. I never really have found myself drawn to Andrew Garfield before this year. And then I saw We Live in Time and I went to a Q&A screening where Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield talked a little bit after the movie and we were 3 rows back and I was like, wow, they're gorgeous. Gorgina. Okay. And anyways, so I've been fixated on him and that movie. The longer I go after seeing that movie, the more I like it. I gave it a 4.5. And that was probably my favorite romance film of the year, but I have seen all of these movies. Anyone But You, obviously, Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney, 2 very sexy people. Was it a sexy movie? In my opinion, no, it was not. I like that they had fun making that movie. It seemed that they really enjoyed themselves. That was the highlight of the movie, is that the cast seemed to have fun. And I love that for them. But was it a movie that was great or that I would watch again or that I would recommend to even one singular person? No, it was not. And then Lisa Frankenstein and The Idea of You. These were both movies that I was sort of in the middle about. The Idea of You is like it's a bad movie, but it's like a good movie to watch at home and just giggle. And Lisa Frankenstein was genuinely kind of a fun little movie, kind of a fun little film. When I saw the trailer for Lisa Frankenstein last year, I would make fun of it endlessly to my friends, like, this movie's going to be cheeks of mundo. This trailer looks like ass. But then I went to go see it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually kind of funny, kind of fun, kind of liked it. But my vote was with We Live in Time. But it's not up to me. It's up to the people. And the people have spoken. The winner of Best Rom-Com at the inaugural Lovergirls Awards is Challengers. It's Challengers again, baby. Challengers coming in with 35.3% of the vote. In second place, we've got Lisa Frankenstein with 20.5% of the vote, which is a little crazy to me. We Live in Time coming in third place with 19.7%. Anyone But You in fourth with 14.1%. And The Idea of You in last place with 10.4%. This, I mean, I'm not going to fight it because I love Challengers, but I was rallying for We Live in Time. But you know what? Congratulations again to Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Feist, because this is throuple representation. And that's huge. Best rom-com category, and it's a love triangle winning. Kind of awesome and huge. Which brings us to our next category, which is horniest movie of the year. I feel like I don't even need to announce this category, because I feel that I have been rallying the troops and persuading the masses in favor of one movie this entire year for this category. And maybe that makes this whole thing unfair, because I've been doing propaganda. I've been mind controlling you, okay? I've infiltrated your homes through your television sets, through the 5G. And the nominees for horniest movie of the year were, of course, Challengers, Anora, and Love Lies Bleeding. And, you know, let's not even take too much time here on this one. Challengers, you've won again, babe. Clean sweep of Challengers in the movie categories here. 78.9% of people voted for Challengers. 17.2% of people voted for Love Lies Bleeding. And 3.9% of people voted for Anora. What can you really say, people? Zendaya is there. Two hot guys kiss. They flirt with each other with a churro. Like, this is the shit that we used to do with our Barbie dolls. Yeah, I fucking loved Challengers. I'll say it again. It deserves to win horniest movie of the year, so thank God it did. If only I had little trophies to give to people. Not that how would I ever get this to Zendaya or Josh O'Connor or Mike Feist. But you know what? If any of you guys have connections, let me know. Next category, we've got most crushed on actor. This one's kind of crazy. This one is kind of crazy. Our nominees for most crushed on actor are Andrew Garfield, Dev Patel, Paul Mescal, Josh O'Connor, and Jonathan Bailey. Is it Paul Mescal or Paul Mescal? I feel like it's Mescal. Those are your nominees. I, obviously, after what I have just said about the man, I was a part of the Andrew Garfield nomination train. I feel like his performance in We Live in Time and the interview circuit and everything that he is this year, I've just kind of loved him. I've loved his energy. I've been exposed to the, Andrew Garfield heads. I'm deep in it. I'm there. I'm sitting in it with you. So I voted for Andrew Garfield. And I had a feeling this was going to be a pretty close competition. But before I reveal too much of my personal opinions here, let's just reveal the results. The winner of the most crushed on actor is actor. I don't know why I'm saying it weird. The winner of most crushed on actor is Paul Mescal. I get it. He's sexy. For sure sexy. I refuse to watch Normal People because I hate Connell. so much. I hate him more than I've ever hated any character ever. I read the book, never saw the TV series because I fear that it would ruin him for me. I fear that Paul Mescal as an actor would just be like ravaged inside my brain if I had to watch him play such a stinky loser as Connell. But Paul is in first place with 33.7%. In second place, we've got Jonathan Bailey with 23.3%. The theater kids came out strong with that one. In third place, we've got Andrew Garfield with 20.4%. In fourth place, we've got Dev Patel with 16.4%. And in last place, we've got Josh O'Connor with 6.2%. Challengers swept, and Josh O'Connor is sobbing in his dressing room right now because you led him to believe that he was going to win this. All right, most crushed on actress. Our nominees are Florence Pugh, Zendaya, Kristen Stewart, Ayo Edebiri, and Mikey Madison. Tight competition, people. The winner of most crushed on actress of 2024 is Zendaya. And like, yeah. That checks out. I voted for Zendaya. I nominated Zendaya. I was fully in the Zendaya corner this year. Again, it is the challengers of it all. In second place, our runner-up, we've got Florence Pugh with 25.6%. Then we've got Ayo Edebiri with 19.8%, Kristen Stewart with 13.6%, and Mikey Madison with 5%. Please welcome our very first guest announcer, my best friend, Ashley.
Our nominations for the best song for yearning: Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae, Forward to the Kill by Sydney Ross Mitchell, Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift, Sexy to Someone by Clairo, and Lunch by Billie Eilish. And the winner is Lunch by Billie Eilish.
Okay, I kind of had a feeling that Lunch was going to win. Was Lunch the song that I voted for? No. Did the song that I voted for come in last? Yes. Billie obviously came in first place, sweeping the category with 37.2%. In second place, we've got Sexy to Someone by Clairo at 24.2%. In third place, we've got Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae at 18.8%, Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift at 16.7%, and Forward to the Kill by Sydney Ross Mitchell at 3.1%, which is diabolical to me because that song to me is so perfect. It's so good for yearning. I have to believe that you guys just didn't listen to the song. And you just saw your favorite song in there and you're like, period, that's the one. But here's my mission, my request to all of you. I need you to go listen to this song, Forward to the Kill by Sydney Ross Mitchell. I love this song. I love it so much. It's a song about loving someone and knowing that getting hurt is probably inevitable, but looking forward to that part anyways because you just love them that much. Oh my God. Somehow I am sure that I could come from just your mouth over my ear. You have eyes just like a baby animal, and all my fears that you might hurt me are replaced by knowing just how bad you will. I'm looking forward to the kill. Like, I have chills. Like, I have chills. Been there, mama. Been there. Looking forward to the kill. Oh, that is a song for yearning to me. I yearn heavy to that fucking song. Listen, do I also yearn while listening to Lunch? For sure, but it's just like a different kind. That's horny yearning. Horny yearning, fun. But like yearning for someone that you're like, I shouldn't want you, but I do. Or like, this is bad, but I still want it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What about it, ma'am? All right, I'm a Pisces. What more did you want from me? You really thought I was going to vote for anything other than that? No. Forward to the Kill by Sydney Ross Mitchell. That is my winner for best song for yearning, but we will give it up to Lunch by Billie Eilish because really everything gay should win always. That's something that I think is universally true. Our next category is Best Song for Falling in Love. The nominees are Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, Everything is Romantic by Charlie XCX, Juna by Clairo, and Juno by Sabrina Carpenter. As I was going through the nominees for this category, I was sort of like, did we have a slow year for love songs? Because there really was not a lot of variety in the nominees. These were like the most common responses. There were some, it was like one-offs, or like maybe like 2 or 3 people might have nominated something. These were the only 4 that were really nominated over and over and over again. And I was like, what's going on? Are we in a love song drought? Because I feel like I could rattle off songs that came out in the past year that are great for like yearning and heartbreak. But thinking about falling in love songs, all of the ones I listened to came out not in the last year. Many years ago even. Like when I listen to the Lovergirls Worldwide playlist, as I often do, my go-tos on that playlist are usually the older songs. Like I listen to Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli multiple times a week because I'm like, that is a great song. I could picture myself dancing to that at my wedding someday as like a first dance song. I think that song is like beautiful and gorgeous, and I just love it so much. Even though the curse of Frankie Valli is so real to me, because every time they play a Frankie Valli song at trivia, we never get it. His voice is unidentifiable to me. And also, it's the fact that you have Frankie Valli, and then you also have Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. And it's not the same, and you have to be able to identify the difference. And it sounds like he sounds different on every fucking song to me. Anyways, I do love that song though. But I listened to that and like More Than a Woman by the Bee Gees. Baby I'ma Want You by Bread. When I listen to the Lovergirls Worldwide playlist, those are my go-tos. I'm like, someone put on Baby I'ma Want You right now or I'm literally gonna implode. So I just feel like my go-to love songs are not recent ones. We have to think about this. Like, what are recent, in like the last decade, banger love songs? How many are on the Lovergirls Worldwide playlist that are like new? I mean, I guess there's a considerable amount actually. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't know any. Cannons has many great love songs. Okay, again, not 2024, but like Tunnel of You by Cannons, banger. Turn by the Wombats. Okay, I can shut the fuck up. Turn by the Wombats is one of the best love songs of all time, in my opinion. But again, this is not 2024, but it's recent. Turn by the Wombats, banger. Matthew Murphy is such a talented songwriter. You could give an aspirin the headache of its life is one of my favorite lines in any song ever. I've often thought about getting a tattoo for that somehow, but I don't know what it would be other than like a pill bottle. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get a pill bottle tattooed, but I do love that lyric. Anyways, the winner. We're getting way sidetracked. The winner for the best song for falling in love is Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish with 41.7%. In second place, we've got Juna by Clairo at 23.3%. In third place, we've got Juno by Sabrina Carpenter at 19.3%. And in last place, we've got Everything is Romantic by Charlie XCX at 15.6%, which that's the one that I voted for. I voted for Everything is Romantic. I love that song. And I like all the other songs too. But Birds of a Feather reads to me as more of a friendship song. But that's okay. That's my own personal vibe with it. When I listen to Birds of a Feather, I don't think of it as a love song. I think of it as like a sisterhood and friendship song. That doesn't need to be the truth. That's how I read it. Anyways, congratulations to Billie Eilish for winning Best Song for Falling in Love. Next category, we've got Best Song for Heartbreak. Our nominees are Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan, I Love You, I'm Sorry by Gracie Abrams, The Greatest by Billie Eilish, Never Fucking Fall in Love Again by Carol Addis, and Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Lenker. This category was won in a landslide vote, really. Over 50% of the vote went to one song. And I'm not shocked, but it isn't what I voted for. There's been so many. My votes have really not done a lot of winning so far. The winner of the best song for heartbreak in 2024 was Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan at 55.6%. Runner up, we've got I Love You, I'm Sorry by Gracie Abrams at 15.9%. The Greatest by Billie Eilish at 15.3%. Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Lenker at 8.4%. And Never Fucking Fall in Love Again by Carol Addis at 4.8%. Where are my Carol Addis heads? Obviously, I voted for Never Fucking Fall in Love Again. Obviously, I did. Because it's a banger. Yeah, like I do want to sit here and scream about how I'm never falling in love ever again. I'm never doing it. I literally can't stomach it. The melodrama, I live for it. Don't get me wrong. I love Good Luck Babe. I just love Carol Addis. That's just my girl at the end of it all. But I also love Good Luck Babe, and I understand why it got 55.6% in full support. Congratulations to Chappell.
Live from the beach, it is me and my best girl, Miss Mango the Gooey Girl, here to announce the nominees for Album of the Year. Our nominees are Brat by Charlie XCX, Cowboy Carter by Beyonce, Charm by Clairo, Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish, and Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Our winner is... She looks so confused. Brat by Charlie XCX.
This one was also a mega sweep. Brat came in at 45.4%. In second place, we've got Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish at 21.9%. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter at 19.6%, which when I saw these numbers coming in, I had just put out the episode where I admitted that I didn't like Sabrina's album. And when I saw these numbers coming in at first, I was like, that is a lot of people that think that is Album of the Year. And I just put out an episode hating on it. So I was a little nervous, but none of you yelled at me. I got away with that one somehow. In fourth place, we've got Cowboy Carter by Beyonce at 7.5% and Charm by Clairo at 5.6%. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that Brat was the most iconic album of the year. And as a pop head, as a pop music lover, and, expert that many would say, that I would say, I think the Brat was the rightful winner here. Brat is kind of like a perfect fucking album. Not kind of, it is. And I love Charlie, and I love that Charlie is just now really getting her flowers from people. Obviously, there was like the boom clap of it all, but nobody gives a fuck about that. Where were you when Nuclear Seasons dropped, okay? Some of you bitches wouldn't know shit about Nuclear Seasons if it hit you in the fucking face. I know where I was. I was sat on tumblr.com up in my HTML trying to make it so that when you opened up my blog, it started playing it automatically. All right. Us true Charlie XCX heads, us long-term angels really know what the hell is going on here. Y'all just got here. Never forget that. You bitches just got here. But I've been saying it was a Brat summer since like 2013. So don't try it, bitch. Which brings us to Song of the Year. Our nominees are 360 by Charlie XCX, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan, Image by Magdalena Bay, and Von Dutch by Charlie XCX. 2 Charlie songs nominated up top here. Can they win? Let's find out. The winner of Song of the Year is Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan. Huge upset, in my opinion, as a Von Dutcher, as a Von Dutch truther. But you know what? I love all of these songs. All of these songs are bangers to me. Congratulations to Chappell Roan, who won with 44.6% of the vote. In second place, we've got Von Dutch at 20.2%. In third place, Espresso with 17.6%. 360 with 14.6%. And Image with 3%. Personally, I like the Grimes remix of Image better than the original, but that's because I'm a Grimes apologist, which that's one of my toxic traits. Grimes is my problematic fave. I can't deny it. That woman is an enigma, and I can't describe her any other way. I love her music, though. 4 a.m. is one of my favorite songs of all time. When I hear 4 a.m. by Grimes, I feel like something has been lit up inside me. Like somebody ignited a flame. Like someone has just struck a match deep within the well of my stomach, okay? When I hear 4 a.m. by Grimes, I feel like I have just overdosed on yerba mate. Like I feel awoke, okay? My third eye opens when I listen to 4 a.m. And I imagine myself doing great, unstoppable things. And that's the power of Grimes. And you know what? Elon Musk really sucked her of a lot of her grimeness, because then when she performed at the fucking festival this year and her whole set didn't work, she was just screaming her head off. Yeah, that was Elon Musk's fault. I'm blaming it on him somehow. His aura, his energy tainted her devices. Yeah, that is how it works, babe. But congratulations to Chappell Roan for winning 2 wins here at the Lover Girls Awards.
Lover Girls, please welcome to the stage my friend Mika.
Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for this year's... Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for Love Island MVP of the Year are Anton Daniluk from All Stars, Kaz Kamwi from All Stars, and Mimi Ngulube from Series 11. Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Why am I channeling fucking... Okay. The Love Island MVP of the Year award goes to... Mimi Ngulube from Series 11! Woo! Oi, 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 oi!
Honestly, after everything that she went through this summer, Mimi really deserved to win. She won with 48.3% of the vote. In second place, we've got my boy Anton with 28.5%, and Kaz came in at 23.2%. So you know what? They've got fighters in all corners, but Mimi really swept. And you know what? My girl deserves it. Next up, we've got most annoying internet discourse. I was excited about this one. Our nominees are anything Hawk-Tuah related, the male loneliness epidemic, Man versus Bear, hot takes about Chappell Roan boundary setting, and makeup blindness. I have many things to say about this one, but let's get into the winners before I get too off the rails here. The winner of most annoying internet discourse of 2024 is anything Hawk-Tuah related. Absolutely. I for sure voted for this one. It came in at 41.3%. In second place, we've got the male loneliness epidemic at 27.7%. Hot takes about Chappell Roan boundary setting at 17.9%. Man versus Bear at 7.2%. And makeup blindness at 6%. The Hawk-Tuah stuff just absolutely had to win. I especially think coming off the crypto scam of it all, she just had to win. We need to throw her a bone a little bit. She needed to walk away as a winner at something. So here she is, winning an award at the Lover Girls Awards for most annoying internet discourse. It is perplexing to me how many people listen to her podcast. Like, it actually, I want to know who these people are. I want to line them up and do psych evaluations on all of them. I mean, really, the whole rise and now fall of Hawk-Tuah is something to be studied. What I love is that I don't know if they are really doing full episodes, but I see their Instagram clips all the time of the like talkback podcast that someone made about the Talk Tua podcast. It's like Talking Talk Tua or something. That shit is so fucking funny. Every time one of their videos comes on my feed, I watch the whole thing in full and I sit there giggling and cackling the whole time, kicking my feet up. I'm in bed like, hee, this is so funny. I loved it so much. That's great to me. I'm a fan of Talking Talk Tua. Am I a fan of Talk Tua? No. Will I giggle if she goes to prison? Yeah, I will. But the whole thing, like, I do feel bad for her. We're giggling and we're cackling. Ha ha. It's so funny because it's so annoying for sure. But also, I do feel bad for her a little bit. I mean, not really, but a little bit, because it's just like such a scam that she has pulled off here. And I genuinely don't know if she is smart enough to even realize that that is what happened. I feel like she got taken advantage of by some really shady people. But my question is like, how was there nobody in her life to look at her and be like, all right, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't do this? Because there's been so many like huge public major stories with like influencer crypto scams. This has happened so many times at this point. You think that there would just be more of an awareness about it. How was there nobody on your team or in your personal life that was looking out for you? Like, yeah, maybe don't do this because this is a scam and you could fully go to prison for this. It makes me sad that she didn't have anyone to tell her that, or maybe she did and she just said fuck you to all of them. That seems crazy though. I don't know. The whole thing is diabolical, but anyways, she won most annoying internet discourse. Which is good. She needs to win something. The other one that I loved, though, obviously I love all of these, but makeup blindness coming in at 6%, pulling up the rear here, but I totally agree on that one. I have also felt irritated by the like makeup blindness conversations. People, just being assholes in comment sections. That's the thing about all these like internet trends that pop up where people like they get a new little quippy phrase to put in the comment section of all these TikToks. And when people started, you know, running with the eyebrow blindness thing and then hopping in people's comment sections to be like, you've got blush blindness, you've got eyebrow blindness, whatever. I'm like, that's really mean. Hey guys, little reminder, that's mean. You're supposed to keep those words inside your head. Yeah. Have you ever heard that little phrase, treat others the way you would like to be treated? Okay. So usually that involves not bullying people for their physical appearance or the way they choose to do their makeup. No one gives a fuck that you think their eyebrows look bad or their blush looks bad or whatever. If they like it, if that's the way they like to do it, then let them fucking do it. It's not bothering anybody. I don't know. I just think some people are mean. I think they are mean and they get a kick out of being mean or something. I hated the makeup blindness stuff. But really, I agree with all of these nominations. The man versus bear thing, male loneliness epidemic, you've already heard all my thoughts on that. Obviously, I agree. And the hot takes about Chappell Roan boundary setting. The amount of people that were mad at Chappell Roan for having like very reasonable takes this year was kind of bananas. But, you know, people continue to have really terrible takes online. And that's what makes the internet so much fun, you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage my younger sister, Morgan.
Hey everyone, it's Morgan, and I'm going to be announcing the category for Best Romantic Trope. Here we go. Here are our nominees. Enemies to Lovers, Friends to Lovers, Second Chance Romance, Slow Burn, and Forced Proximity. Now, can I get a drum roll, please, for our winner? Our winner is Enemies to Lovers! Woo!
I think that it should be required reading for January that everybody picks an Enemies to Lovers book to read now. Now that it's won Best Romantic Trope, I feel like during the month of January, everybody should pick up an Enemies to Lovers book. I think that would be very fun. So if you have recommendations for what that book could be for people, if you want to throw them in the comments, I'm sure that people would love to know what Enemies to Lovers book they might find themselves a fan of. Personally, what's it called? The Unhoneymooners. I loved The Unhoneymooners, and that is an Enemies to Lovers. Kind of a cutie little story. I was roped in on that one. So if you haven't read The Unhoneymooners, maybe give that a go. That would be my Enemies to Lovers recommendation. Personally, I voted for Friends to Lovers just because I feel like that's what I root for everybody. Movies, books, TV, real life, whatever it is. I just kind of love a Friends to Lovers arc, but Enemies to Lovers is also really great. But Enemies to Lovers won with 31% of the vote. Slow Burn coming up in second place with 27.9%. Friends to Lovers coming in with 23.9%. Forced Proximity with 11.2%. And Second Chance Romance with 6%. Yeah, Second Chance Romance really doesn't do it for me. There was, I don't know if this is the correct trope for that book, but the second most recent Emily Henry book, Happy Place, I think it's a second chance romance. I could not get into it. And I love Emily Henry's books, but not that one. I couldn't get into Happy Place. I haven't read her most recent one yet. I'm going to try to. I did buy it, but I haven't read it yet. But we'll see. Maybe I'll like that one. But Happy Place wasn't for me. Someone confirm what the trope was on that one. Well, whatever it was, it doesn't work on me. And I don't like it. And it just irritates the shit out of me. But I want to say it's a second chance romance. I could be wrong, though. Somebody correct me. Next category, we've got Green Flag of the Year. Our nominees are having a movie theater membership, loving cats, prioritizing friendship, rejecting the urge to play it cool, and voting. I kind of love that this one has a clear winner. And it is also the one that I voted for, which makes me feel good. And in many ways, I won. The Green Flag of the Year is rejecting the urge to play it cool. Guys, that is such a fun winner. That's such a feel-good winner. The people have spoken. Rejecting the urge to play it cool fucking rocks. 40.4% of the vote. In second place, we've got prioritizing friendship at 23.8%, loving cats at 17.1%, voting at 13.8%, and having a movie theater membership at 5%. Rejecting the urge to play it cool is such a great winner here, though. And let this be a reminder that everybody would rather you show up with all of your big emotions, to wear them on your chest, to be your full, loud, big, goofy, authentic, genuine self. People fucking love that. Nobody gives a shit about playing it cool. And if they do give a shit like that, they're the wrong people to hang out with. I'm telling you, people value authenticity more than this like facade of seeming like the coolest person in the room. And the numbers show, people. 40.4% say the Green Flag of the Year is rejecting the urge to play it cool. Easy green flag to acquire yourself in 2025. Our next category is Best Guilty Pleasure Hyperfixation. Our nominees are playing Dress to Impress on Roblox, TikToks of Mormons getting giant sodas, Among Us morning lobby streams, New York Times games, and ear cleaning TikToks. I was greatly comforted when I saw these nominations roll in because all of these are guilty pleasure hyperfixations of mine. Obviously, I had to vote for Among Us morning lobby streams because I can't eat food. I can't eat a meal unless I'm watching Among Us morning lobby streams. That's so serious. Every one of my meals, if I'm at home eating by myself, I am watching Among Us while I eat. I have to watch them play that game. I love it so much. But I also really love TikToks of Mormons getting giant sodas. There's something about that itches my brain. And I wish that we had soda shops here. in New York. And it's not the same when you like go to like a fast food place and just get a giant soda, or like go to a 7-Eleven, get a giant soda. It's not the same. I want to be able to go to Swig or whatever the hell they have in Utah. But seeing all of these TikToks of people making their like disgusting Mondo sodas with cream and syrups and whatever else, like I live for it. I love those TikToks. The same way, like there's some of the like ASMR eating food TikToks that get me. Most of them I find like really nasty when they like cover it in sauce and they're like, it's a fetish thing. I get that that's what it is 100%. But when they go to Raising Cane's and they get a cup full of cane sauce, I like those. I'll be honest. And it's just because I love Raising Cane's and I love cane sauce. And I never have it because it's just like, there's like a few locations in New York, but they're not conveniently located to me. And cane sauce is so good. It is so good. So I think when I see people with a giant cup of cane sauce, I'm just like locked in because I'm like, damn, that would be awesome if I could have that right now. So anyways, I do sometimes get like watching something that is sort of a little nasty because you're like, wait though, but what if? Should we get a Domino's pizza? Should we? You know what I mean? Like it's that within myself. Watching the Raising Cane's cup of sauce TikToks and the TikToks of Mormons getting giant sodas. Love those. And famously, I have long loved an ear cleaning TikTok. I would never get one of those things because I don't think that people should do that at home. Like I don't think that you should be using a camera ear thing on yourself to pull out wax. I think that should be left to professionals. Don't fuck with your ear. Like, just don't do that. But I do like watching videos of alleged professionals removing people's earwax. Very satisfying. I hope the inside of my ear doesn't look like that. But you know what? It might. It actually might, though, because my hearing is not the best. I feel like I say what 100 times a week. So maybe I should go. Anyways, that's a topic for a different day. Let's talk about the winner. The winner of Best Guilty Pleasure Hyperfixation with 32.4% of the vote is New York Times games, which I totally understand. I do all of the New York Times games every single morning, so I'm right there with you, though I did vote for Among Us morning lobby streams. In second place, our runner-up was TikToks of Mormons getting giant sodas with 24.7% of the vote. In third place, we've got playing Dress to Impress on Roblox with 21.8%. In fourth place, we've got ear cleaning TikToks with 16.8%. And in last place, pulling up the rear, we've got Among Us morning lobby streams with 4.2% of the vote. But to my fellow morning lobby Among Us fans, in the 4.2%, I salute you, and I'll see you in chat. We're coming up at the end here. We've got 4 categories left. Our next category is Most Wild Audience Submission. Our nominees are Emily called out for hooking up with her friend's boyfriend in episode 71. Boyfriend having a folder of his ex's nudes in episode 83, and debating hooking up with a man with opposing views on modern feminism in episode 87. These were without a doubt the most shocking submissions of the year. If your story is nominated, thank you for giving us something to talk about. Your work does not go unappreciated. In fact, one of you is about to win right now. Huge giving back to the people. This is a category for the listeners, baby. Now, there's an obvious winner here, and it's really just because of the audacity of it all, the audacity of this submission, the drama of it all. And I only hope that we get a second round of this in 2025 because this was really so fantastic. The winner of Most Wild Audience Submission is, of course, Emily called out for hooking up with her friend's boyfriend. I wonder what Emily thinks. I never heard from Emily. I have no idea, no updates, nothing to add, nothing to say. And I wish that I did. I wish that I had more of the story here. All we know is that Emily's friend obviously called her out for hooking up with her friend's boyfriend on this show, knowing that Emily also listens to the show. And Emily never said a word. And I never got an update on how it all ended. So you know what? If anybody wants to tell me, if anyone wants to keep me in the loop, let me know. I mean, Emily won here with 50.8% of the vote. 33.4% of the vote went to the boyfriend having a folder of his ex's nudes, and then 15.7% went to debating hooking up with a man with opposing views on modern feminism, which is still crazy. Both of those submissions are diabolical. Do not think that because you didn't win, your submission wasn't, you know, something that kept me up deep into the night, because it was. Oh, baby, was it?
Our next announcer is the host of one of my favorite podcasts, Revelatorium, my dear friend, Catherine.
An utter honor to be on stage to present tonight for the inaugural Lover Girls Worldwide Awards. The nominees for Best Place to Cry are in the movie theater, in the car, in the shower, in bed, and on public transportation. And the winner goes to in the shower. Public transportation got robbed.
The numbers here are so close. So close. I was shocked. And you know what? This is a huge upset to me because my favorite, yet again, didn't fucking win. In the Shower won with 32.6% of the vote. In Bed was right there behind it with 31.4%. But I just feel like you people that are so fixated on In the Shower and In the Bed are missing out on the best place to cry, which is public transportation. There is no better place than doing it in public. Where are the drama queens? Where the fuck are my lovers of drama? Okay? Or maybe it's just that you don't live in cities. So you don't know. You just simply aren't aware of the joy of crying on public transportation. Crying on the subway fucking rocks. It fucking rocks. First of all, nobody's going to talk to you about it. Everyone's going to mind their own business. You can cry on the subway so freely, but there's something about sharing in such a vulnerable personal moment in a public space that is just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just better for everyone. Better for other people because they get to feel like, oh my God, what's the tea? What's the juice? And they get to speculate inside their own brains, give themselves a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of joy. Okay. And then I'm on the train living in my main character fantasy. Okay. Something is overcoming me so severely that I have to just let it all loose here on the train. That's fucking awesome. That's awesome. That's a way better moment than like me crying in my bed. Been there, done that. It's freeing, it's liberating, and yeah, it's just a much better experience. So anyways, that's where my vote went, but In the Shower came in at the last second. But you In the Bed freaks are, you know, you were up there. It's just like, it's such an obvious answer. There's no way it can be true. You know, like I don't need to crying in bed. My bed is a sacred place. I need to be asleep in my bed. Nothing else. Crying is for other places.
Presenting episode of the year, the one and only Meg Ruoko.
Oh, hello, Lover Girls Worldwide. Meg here to announce the best emotionally online episode. And the nominees are Episode 72, Butt Naked at the Dermatologist. Episode 77, Bumble, Count Your Days. Episode 83, Celibatuationships, featuring Robbie. Episode 92, Men Aren't Allowed to Say They Have a Type, featuring me, Meg. And episode 93, Feminine Rage. And the winner is episode 92, Men Aren't Allowed to Say They Have a Type, featuring me. Thank you all. That's so nice. I love being on the pod. I love talking to Alia. So, mwah.
This one was a pretty evenly split category, but I did have a feeling that the Men Aren't Allowed to Have a Type episode featuring Meg was going to win, just because it's such a fantastic episode with such a fantastic title. And you know what? It was quite polarizing. It was quite a polarizing episode. I got a few messages of anger in response to that one. And isn't that the beauty of it all, you guys? If we agreed with each other all the time over on this show, would we be having as much fun as we are when we disagree? Like, it's kind of fun to sometimes have different opinions. Congratulations to Meg, really. And shout out to all of my friends who came on the show this year or in years previous. In 2025, I definitely want to have on some more guests. I do love doing the show by myself, and it is just more convenient to me, to be honest. You know, right now I'm recording at 9 p.m. So it's pretty awesome to just be able to do that. Like, set up my mic and just fucking talk, rip one open whenever I want to. But in the new year, I would love to have more of my friends on, perhaps some more internet guests. So if you have any guest requests, you let me know. Maybe I'll have them on. And for our final category, Lover of the Year. There were many nominees in this category. I bravely took myself out of the running. The other popular nominees, and for the record, I think all of these people could have won and would have been deserving of a win of Lover of the Year. Really, all of these nominees are wonderful people that I think absolutely deserve a spot on the board of Lovers International. But to be honest with you, our winner kind of won by a landslide. With 57% of the vote, your winner of Lover of the Year is Mango the Gooey Girl. Let's fucking go, Mango! You won! You won! You won! You're a winner! You're a winner, baby! Let's go! Just like Mommy taught you. Oh my God, how lucky are we to be alive at the same time as a Mango the Gooey Girl Lover Girls Worldwide presidency. A pilgrim would have just exploded if they heard the sentence that I just said out loud. What? What did you just say? A Mango the Gooey Girl Lover Girls Worldwide presidency in the year 2025. Let's fucking go, people. And as always, shout out to the nominees, Andrew Garfield, Amelia de Moldenberg, Drew Afwalo, and Pot Roast's mom. All absolutely wonderful competitors that, in my eyes, do deserve spots in the Lover Girls Worldwide Hall of Fame for sure. It's the year of Mango. And maybe next year will also be the year of Mango. Maybe we'll be in a perpetual state of Mango ruling. Okay? We don't have term limits here at Lover Girls Worldwide. And Mango is allowed to win every single year. If it's the truth, it's the truth. If she's Lover of the Year, she is Lover of the Year. We can't, we can't control these things. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, for voting, for taking part in this year's Lover Girls Awards. What a year we've had. Season 3 of the podcast gone with a blink of an eye, just like that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show again this year, for hanging out with me every week, listening to me yap, submitting all of your juicy stories in the box. Even if I haven't read it out on the show, I have read your submission. And it just means so much to me that you guys are willing to share parts of your life and your stories with me, that you trust me to read them and hear you out. And if I select it, give, meaningful commentary, or at least provide some entertainment for a few minutes. I just really appreciate you guys being here and letting me do what I love for a living. This is my dream, and it is unbelievable, and it's never going to get old to me. So thank you guys so much. I love you so much. Feedback form is going to be in the description of this podcast. Go hug your people, give your pets a smooch on the head for me, and I will see you guys in the new year. I love you so much. Goodbye.